today I transformed this into this. This was by far one of the most fun projects I have worked on. So if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. Not only can you always unsubscribe later, but you can even be one of my first 400 subs. How pog is that? The community house is the oldest building on the DREAM SMP and considered the most important one by many. It represents the beginning as well as the center of the server. In this rebuild, I wanted to keep some of the core aspects of the build, such as the brick walls, crafting table floor, and the aquarium second floor. So, as usual, I started with the outline. I always start with the outline. Ignore the line in the middle, I didn't know where to place the build. Then as I said, I wanted to keep the bricks, so I divided the walls into 3 parts. The outer 2 are made out of brick, and the middle one is made out of spruce planks, because that's how the original build is. I just looked at a bunch of reference photos from the original build, the later rebuilds after it was blown up a bunch of times. I got a lot of comments in my last video about how I should make a block by block tutorial, and I would love to, but half the time I have no idea what I'm doing. So you can see me, like, I'm just going around placing stuff, going out again, looking at it from afar, trying to decide if it looks good or not, then changing stuff again. So like, it would be a pain to make, but if you really wanted to, I made sure that this one you could copy. You just pause and copy the things that you see. I got rid of those trapdoors, and then I'm just copying that on all sides. I mean, it's a very symmetrical build, which I like. It's also way easier than the 𝗀𝗍𝗫 build that one was. Also for windows I always use light grey glass because Grian. Honestly, everything I know about building is from Grian. Is probably the only reason why I know how to build. Wait, it's the flooring. Like I said in the beginning, I wanted to keep the crafting table floor, but I thought it was kind of boring, so I wanted to spice it up a bit, and that didn't work too well, so at the end it's just crafting tables with a ring of acacia planks. Honestly, acacia planks get way too much hate for no reason. Like, if you hate acacia planks, you're just not the best builder. I'm sorry, but someone has to tell you that. This looks really weird right now, but I promise it doesn't look as weird in the end. The second floor, I think it was George's idea to make an aquarium. I don't know, I know I watched some of the early streams and I actually love the idea. You will see, I will put a clip of like how it looks from the inside, and it looks so damn cool. That man is a genius. He has many sims, but he's also a genius. So here I just, I try to make it similar to the bottom floor, but I moved the trapdoors to the bottom side because it looks better. It's a very simple one, honestly. It's simpler than the first floor. Okay, first I changed the glass panes to glass blocks here because I thought it looked better. So if you're building this, don't forget to do that. Then I put a bunch of sand around it and then made a glass wall from the floor to the roof. I put the pillars with spruce. The design for this is very simple. Then I put the water and a bunch of kelp, so it's all source blocks. This is, if you are doing anything with water, this is the best way to go about it. So if you for some reason didn't know that, you know that now. Then I broke a bunch of kelp and then I put a bunch of fish in it, and definitely none of the fish died. Absolutely, and there is no fish in the lake. No, absolutely. And this looks even weirder now, but it looks completely normal in the end, I promise. Okay, so I could have stopped there, but I didn't because I'm extra. And here you're seeing me build the 3rd floor and later the 4th floor, kind of, because I wanted to make it. The 1st floor is like the gateway from like the different ways. If you wanna go from the main prime path to the portal, you go through the community house. So it's kind of like an intersection between the different parts of the SMP. And the 2nd floor is kind of like the real community part. Like, you wanna hang out with friends and watch some fish, I guess. Fish are entertaining, aquariums are fun. And then the 3rd and the 4th floor would be the rooms. Your house just got blown up by a rogue teenager and you have nowhere to go, so you go to the community house. That was the idea behind it. It was honestly very similar to the 1st floor again, just I had to figure out the arch, and I'm so grateful for what they did with the trapdoors. You can do so much with them now that you couldn't do before. Trapdoors are probably my favorite block. You can do everything with them. They can be used for everything. It's so just And then I'm just repeating that again. When you're doing a build like this, when you need a lot of blocks and you have to repeat a pattern throughout, you either just do all the blocks, like all the brick blocks at once, and then all the stone bricks at once, and so on, or you use the Minecraft toolbar feature that allows you to save different toolbars and use that. Just if you're a builder, learn how to use that. It's the biggest life changer, honestly. It makes building so much easier. This kind of looks like a clock tower. I guess it is in a way, but it was definitely inspired by the S they had on for a while. I honestly do not know what the S stands for, but I just thought that it would be cool to include, so I made these towers with a stick inside. It's not really an S, but you know. Then I wanted to put some green patches of grass, because I felt like if this were to just be another normal shaped floor, it would get really boring and repetitive, so just repeating everything again. And here I started building the roof. If you've seen my other building videos, you know that I don't suck at building roofs, but they're definitely not my favorite to build. And I like building really slanted roofs. I think they're very fun to build. They're probably the only ones that I know how to build, but I just didn't know how to make it look right. And then like the community house has a flat roof, so I thought it wouldn't really look like the community house anymore. At the end I made it flat, kind of, not completely, but almost. And then I made the paths that don't lead to anywhere yet, with a wall and 2 fence doors. That makes it look kind of wavy. Yeah, that is the house. Honestly, yeah, that I said it at the beginning, but this was definitely my favorite build to make. Ignore me still placing fence gates. It was a very fun project. I like projects like this, just rebuilding something simple and making it complicated for no reason. That's all I have to say, honestly. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, comment, something nice preferably, but you can be mean, I don't care that much.